You know,
I've
already looked for Pepcid AC. It's sold out on Amazon, and so are a bunch of generic versions. What can you tell us about this testing? Is this going to be another hydroxychloroquine where, you know, it's sold out completely on the hope, and now we've been getting more and more word from the FDA that it's not working?
Well, with Famotidine, obviously it's very difficult to get at the moment. We do have enough of it to do the clinical trial, and this is a trial that we're doing and have about 200 people enrolled at the moment. The idea originated in Wuhan, and our scientists have a reasonable confidence that in this trial that it may make a difference. And it's one of many trials we're doing, but we believe that in the next 2 weeks or so that we will have some potential results to be able to tell whether or not it actually is working or not. So it is definitely worth doing, but as you said at the beginning, it is very difficult to get at the moment. I believe Amazon has sold out because once the word gets out that this might be something that can help, obviously there was a run on the supply. But we do have enough, obviously, to be able to do the trial and do it successly.
How many trials do you guys have going on in your hospital system?
We have about 6 or 7 trials going on at the moment. We are working on drugs, with Regeneron, some Gilead trials, and we're doing a trial on plasma. And, of course, the one that is getting the current attention is the one with Famotidine.
Is there anything you can tell us about which one may appear more hopeful at this point?
Well, as you can imagine, I ask my researchers and scientists this every day because everybody wants to know, well, tell me which one really works. But obviously, they're very, very cautious. They're not being definitive at all. There is hope that the Famotidine trial will show something positive, but it is way too early to be able to say definitively. And they're obviously, as I indicated, very, very, very careful. I would like to know myself, but they won't even tell me because I don't think they know yet. They don't know enough to be sure, and the worst thing to happen would be to get information out there that is not clear and maybe incorrect. We have to wait until we get the real results back, which should be in a couple of weeks.
Michael, it's David Faber. I just, for a moment, like to divert to your business. We know hospitals around the country have not been having elective surgeries. Yours obviously have been crowded, others perhaps not so much. What is the financial state of the Northwell system right now? What are your expectations in terms of getting back to a more normalized state of business where you're actually going to be able to take patients in who are paying real money into the system?
Well, I mean, we are in the process right now of what we call recovery. We have put together a whole series of work groups and task forces to get us back to business. I don't think we'll ever get back to the normal that was common with us before. But we have always been doing surgery all during this whole period of time that was life-threatening, things that had to be done. But there is a pent-up demand now with other surgery needs and that are urgent. And for surgery that is real urgent, we do our best to do it. But it is limited at the moment. And over the next couple of weeks, hopefully, we will be able to expand that. Remember, all of our hospitals were pretty much all 90% COVID. The staff that was applied in the past to dealing with surgery cases were actually redeployed to deal with COVID. So there is a very complicated process here to be able to get back into regular business as much as we possibly can. It will take many, many weeks to be able to get back in some kind of a sequence way to bring back that pent-up demand that is out there. And we are doing that very, very deliberately. You've got to be cautious. You've got to make sure you comply with social distancing in the waiting rooms. You've got to make sure you have the right staff. You got to make sure you do the right kind of testing that may be appropriate beforehand. In many ways, I will say that the recovery and all the components of it will be just as difficult as managing the COVID cases over the past 6 weeks. And this is not an easy transition. And obviously, we are still under the regulations of the state that says that there is still no agreement to allow us to do elective surgery yet. So that restriction has not been lifted, and obviously we're going to have to comply with that restriction until it is lifted. But it's a complicated process, but we will successfully do it. And but as I said, to repeat, if there is a life-threatening situation out there, that there is urgent surgery that needs to be done or urgent care where a patient's situation can be put in jeopardy by not doing it, we will find a way to do it.